as you can see, it's no longer summer. Before we turn entirely over to fall programming, I wanted to say a few words about how my students did over the summer. If you have been watching this channel for a while, you will know that I created a video about what students actually do when they tutor over the summer, and I just wanted to share the results that they've gotten. First up, we have Emma. She's been turning a little bit into a human calculator. We were reminiscing about how last year she was really struggling with multiplication tables, and this summer her numeracy has really improved. The other day she was converting fractions into decimals. One of the questions was 1 over 30. Instead of doing long division, she just automatically said it was 0.03 repeating. She was correct. I didn't even know what the answer was at that point, and I asked her, well, how did you get that? And she explained to me, well, 1 divided by 3 is 0.3 repeating, so you take that number and divide it by 10, and then that's 0.03 repeating. Smart girl. Then we have her sister Shayla. I remember at this point last summer, she really did not like doing word problems. One of the things we did was preview grade 10 trigonometry. Here is an example of a problem that she did correctly by herself without help. This required her to read the question carefully, extract the relevant information and construct a diagram, use the appropriate equation, solve it algebraically, and express the answer with appropriate rounding in units. In another previous video, I talked about a girl who is also entering grade 10. She did tutoring over the summer, although she had a lot of family vacations. Lexi began her math lessons by doing multiplication tables. She had to start with single-digit multiplication, division facts, integers, fractions, decimals. The road to getting grade 10 ready was quite long. To my surprise, she worked herself up to grade 9 algebra in 17 hours of instruction. That is actually quite impressive. And finally, I have a story of one student that I did not think would be my success story for this summer. Her name is Linda, and when I first met her, she was doing grade 10 math in school and not passing. Okay, watching this footage, I think I can retell her story a little bit better, so here goes. Now, I mentioned in my grade inflation video that I think that it's harder these days to fail out of a course than it was maybe 10, 20 years ago. I've worked with students myself who do their assignments, write their tests, and then the teacher will give them a pass, despite the fact that when I ask them to do these questions, they are not demonstrating that they understand. In Linda's case, I think that her teacher was one of those rare teachers who would actually grade you based on how well you performed on tests. And I could see by the way that she was doing these questions, her teacher would not have given her a pass. For the first several months that we worked together, it seemed to me that Linda really wanted to do math her own way. I think to her, she was doing what she thought she was supposed to be doing, and that even if her answer didn't match the answer key, she was somehow on the right track and should be given partial marks, and those partial marks should help her pass. I think this is what was going on in her mind. So when I tried to tell her that, no, you're not supposed to do the questions this way, it didn't go down too well. And the grades were really confirming what I was saying, but perhaps Linda felt that she was stuck and that she wouldn't be able to do what was being asked of her anyway. But since it seemed that she and her mom wanted her to continue tutoring, I really had to think about the way that I approached tutoring with her to see if there was anything that I could change. I think Linda had the same kind of realization as well. And I think in August, we started acting more as a team rather than me trying to tell her she was doing everything wrong. This really made a difference in our relationship, and it began to show in her grades. She had retaken her grade 10 course online and she passed it, barely, which allowed her to go into Precalculus 11 online. She just finished her first unit test. Naturally, she was telling me that she was disappointed because she got 85 on it, which brought her grade down by 2%, so now she's sitting at 87, which is still an A. And I know that things really did change for her because this unit test she did without my help. So that 85% that she achieved on her test, she did it by herself. I'm really proud of her. Her mom's happy, she's happy, so I'm happy. So a pretty short video. I'm just sharing some of the successes that my students experienced by doing tutoring over the summer. This fall has already been pretty busy. Within the first 2 weeks of school, my calendar booked up. So I was thinking perhaps in future semesters, I would expand my classes to 1-on-2 instead of 1-on-1. Now, it is a little bit different because some students think that they learn best when they're the only person in class, but I think some students benefit quite well by having group classes. Who do you think would benefit the most from group classes? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.